Hey Sagis, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Sagis, we have the castle, the poet, the forest, the comic, the Gnosis, the mentor, and the maiden. Sagis. Well, I feel like sometimes you just gotta let those emotions flow, right? You gotta write it, you gotta feel it, and you gotta explore it, right? I feel like that's what some of my Saggies are doing. If you're not actually writing out poetry or lyrics or art, I feel like you're tapping in to yourself though, because I feel like you're trying to so here's a thought that I have. When we are becoming more aware of ourselves, we become more aware of the fact that we are able to narrate the way that our story is told, right? And I feel like you are trying to narrate your story in a way that demonstrates the wisdom that you acquired in your journey of self-discovery and the roadblocks that you faced along the way. I feel like you're like, count my blessings one by one. You know what I mean? Build up a narrative that isn't one that is confining and restrictive. I feel like you're trying to expand your narrative. I dig it. Okay, so then you have Gnosis and the mentor. But again, I feel like this expansion of your narrative, right? Like cyclical learning. And the more you go through the cycle, the more you understand yourself, the better you understand, like the roles that the characters played, if you will, if we're going to stick with the idea of a narrative. And I feel like even though you were the mentor to a lot of these people, I think you're trying to find what is it that they taught me? Right? I think of that the Hierophant in the one deck, and it's that ever the student, ever the teacher, right? And I feel like there's this humility and approach, because when you understand expansion, you understand how small you are, because you don't know how big you can be until you really start to stretch out. And then you're like, oh, wow, like I've got a lot more reach, I've got a lot more insight, I've got a lot more value. Thank you for those lessons. Thank you for those restrictions that forced me to see where I needed to grow. You know what I mean? Expanding your narrative. Because when you expand the story, it's kind of like, what are those, like, pick your like your choice about like which direction you want to go. Like you just opened up and now you get to pick a new choice and you're like super excited about it. Love, Saggies. Okay. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. Saggies. Is that Alanis Morris song? Alanis Morissette song. Thank you. I don't know all of the lyrics to it. The one that just played in my head was Thank You, India. I don't know. It's been probably a decade since I've heard that song. Thought I'd share. Okay. The Two of Pentacles, the Sun, the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Well, yeah, because I feel like you're expanding your narrative, and when you expand your narrative, you open yourself up to new choices, and those new choices, I think, lead you in a direction that is very fulfilling to the expanded version of yourself. I feel like it's aligned with you. Sag. All right. Eight of Swords. Let's see what else we get. Oh my gracious, we got cards. It's too many. I'm sorry. Oof. Yeah, well, again, it's time to part ways with always having to look over your shoulder, always feeling like there are arguments, always feeling like, I just feel like there's like this petty level of competition. But it's like, why are you competing in something like that? You know what I mean? It's like you've outgrown the potato sack races of life. Yeah, you know what I mean? Um, I don't know why a potato sack race, because I pictured a kid like elbowing another kid. You know what I mean? like, like it just feels petty and it feels low level energy, and like the type of energy where you do have to look over your shoulder all the time because people's shady. But like focusing on yourself and working on your own growth, and trusting that the opportunity would present itself to you when you were ready, right? When you were ready to really rise up in who you are and stand in your power and heal those past issues that you were facing. I love it, Sag. This is fucking fantastic. Okay. Saggies. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. My fire signs have been feeling good tonight. I'm glad. Ace of Wands. New beginning. Knight of Pentacles. An offer. I feel like some of you all might be getting a new job offer. Maybe you're getting a story published. Maybe you are doing whatever it is that you're really excited to do next. I love that. It's a new opportunity. The Knight of Pentacles typically is, like a financial offer. So it could be, that you are, stepping into a new role. If that's not what it is, then, whatever it is that you're doing, I think that you're doing because you've been preparing for it. I think you've done a lot of emotional development and healing. I think that that's strengthening you to develop in other areas of your life. And I think that's fantastic. All right, Sag. Let's do one more card for y'all and we'll call it a read. Or two. The Fault Line and the Warrior. I don't know why, but I kind of get the feeling that there's like a little bit of a battle on the exit. Because, obviously you have an exit here, right? The Five of Wands, separating, parting ways, going in different directions. And I feel like maybe there is an energy here of just kind of having to getting in arguments with people. I feel like maybe people are trying to drag you down, pull you back, talk you out of whatever it is that you're doing. I don't know. But honestly, I feel like it's such an external energy, like one that you've already removed yourself from so much so in this journey of emotional development that you've been on, that it's like that energy doesn't affect you the way that it once did. And I feel like even in your last read, there was this idea of like reconnecting with people. But I feel like this time when you reconnect with them and they say things to you that they said before, that shit hits different. It's like it bounces off of you now. Like it can no longer penetrate your energy. Yes, Sag, you are too strong to be triggered any longer. I think that you are, instead of coming in as like a warrior who's triggered, you're coming in as a warrior who's strong, who's been through battle, who has experienced enough to not be so easily sent over the edge, like it's like people who've experienced very privileged lives don't have a real understanding of what it is to experience difficulty. And so when difficulty is brought to their door, they're offended by it, right? And it's like that energy where you're like, no, I've experienced things that you can't comprehend. So you, like, when you come at me with something that clearly exhibits your ignorance, I am no longer affected by it. Your ignorance does not have power over me, and it feels strong. Good for you, Sag. All right, well, I hope this resonates with y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if it does, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.